Hi everyone, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I am here doing mini readings on Valentine's Day with donation of your choice. So you donate whatever you want. Um, if you want me to pull you a single card, I ask for, whatever you think is appropriate. But if you would like channeled message or something like that, I ask that you donate at least five, okay? Let's be fair here. So just give me 1 second. I am going to upload this video to my Facebook and then we will get started. So I'm going to sit here and just kind of chat with y'all and see what everyone is looking for. I do, in honor of Valentine's Day, I do want to talk about soulmates and twin flames and where we are at on our journeys. So, the way that I try to explain to everyone, we have multiple soulmates, okay? And I believe that it depends on where we are on our journey, okay? So if you are vibrating at a low frequency, you might uh, attract someone who connects to you on a soul level at that point in your life versus when you are vibrating at a higher frequency and actually might be calling in your twin flame. Now, what's the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame? Soulmates are people who connect on a soul level, okay? A lot of these soulmates come in for lessons and opportunities to grow on a spiritual level. There might be a lot of similarities, but again, where you are on your journey, it might end up being really toxic because they end up mirroring what you were truly feeling on the inside. And that's why we have to be careful about who we are attracting into our life. If we have healthy boundaries, the proper people will follow those boundaries and work to earn your trust and love. Now, when it comes to twin flames, I have heard people say that it is someone that just gets you on every level of your being. This is someone who literally walks into your life and it's like y'all have known each other forever. There might not be a ton of red flags except for your own insecurity. This is someone who's going to know your fears before you can even say them out loud. This is someone who is going to know most of your traits because they're going to be just like you in a lot of ways. You won't be able to get much past them. So I just want everyone to know that I do have to go in an hour. So 1 o'clock, I am done. I'm just going to say a quick little message real quick to my spirit guides and hope that we can get some people on in here. Okay. Dear Spirit of Love and Light, I ask that anyone who you want to see this message today, please invite them into this conversation. Also, anyone who is looking for relationship clarity or messages from the spirit world, I ask that you please lay this video in their lap. Please give them the courage to reach out and ask the questions they are looking answers for. I also ask that you spread peace and abundance on all levels throughout their lives and bring them the clarity and peace that they need. Amen. So I just want to, I'll give it a few more minutes, let people get on. So my whole thing is, where are we at on our journey? Okay. You might think that you have healed from past wounds, and then something comes up, and usually it's a soulmate, someone that you just click with. You might still feel insecure with a twin you won't. You'll just know that you can trust this person with every fiber of your being. They're not going to give you a reason to question them. Okay. This is two souls that were, or two parts of the soul, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, that is separated into two different bodies that end up connecting, whether in this lifetime or another. They usually end up finding a way back to each other. It just depends on how willing we are to listen to our inner guidance and to feel our way through certain situations in order to find that person. And I find it very interesting because I've been through a lot of heartbreak in my life, and why I mean, I'm on a totally different path right now, but it hit me that, and again, when it comes to spiritual healing, y'all, there's a lot of self-reflection. You have to be able to face your shit. Um, you have to be able to look at yourself, know what your patterns are, where your faults lie, and everything else. That's how we grow. So one of my biggest things was, I asked myself, how have I been heartbroken so many times, yet I feel like there is someone out there specifically for me? Now, I was so insecure before that anyone who gave me attention, or, and of course, as time goes by, you're heartbroken so many times, those walls go up, but I still have a lot of unhealthy patterns, especially with my self worth, to think, oh, well, either I have to do this or I have to act this. I never felt like I could quite be myself 100% of the time. After a while, you either start walking on eggshells or you have to dull yourself down because, you don't want to upset anybody. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? So, my whole thing is, how can someone suffer so much loss and so much heartbreak, yet know that there's someone out there for them that will truly get them and get rid of all the trust issues that I have, especially with men? And this goes both ways. We've all suffered heartbreak, we've all suffered loss. People and things that we thought would be in our lives forever, and they're not. It's because they're not aligning with our path. And that's something that we have to accept. And I have accepted. Um, Nothing is forever. The only thing that is forever is our soul. And I plan on taking care of mine. So I wanted to come out and say hello to everyone and a happy Valentine's Day. I will be offering relationship spreads today, mini sessions, okay? If you would like for me to pull some cards, I can do that. Um, I can also channel a message if you have a specific question that you need a specific answer to. I will see what I can come up with. I only tell you what I hear from spirit, okay? So I don't sugarcoat anything. I really do need to start having people hop on though, because I can't do any readings if no one's on here. So let's see. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, or I know no one's in here now, but let's see. I'm going to share to one more place. Okay. So, um, let's see. What else can we talk about with soulmates and twin flames? I truly believe that for a lot of people in the spiritual healing world, especially people who are drawn to it, are natural empaths. Empaths have an ability to pick up on other people's energy, and it can get really confusing when we don't know what we're picking up or why we're picking up, why we're feeling a certain way. And, it's one of those things that if we just took the time, instead of searching for love in all the wrong places and ending up disappointed every time because it never turns out like we think it's going to, if we put that amount of energy into ourselves, right? I actually had someone recently tell me, oh, well, I just assumed if I dumped all of me into them and they dumped all of them into me, that it would just work. It doesn't. If there is no wholeness, if there is no oneness within yourself, you're never going to be satisfied because you're constantly putting your worth and your dignity in someone else's hands. And we are human. I'm very honest about my trust issues, and I am a firm believer that in order to, be in my life and really be a part of my life, you have to earn it. If you don't vibe with me, I'm not going to let you in. That's just how it is. I choose my circle very carefully nowadays, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am still open to new opportunities. I will allow new people to, you know, kind of tiptoe in the door, but I am very careful if I see any red flags, especially bad ones. I will just cut off contact. Like, I'm not even worried about it anymore. I'm not scared of hurting anyone's feelings because this is my life and I have goals, I have aspirations, and I don't need just any Joe Schmo walking in my life and fucking things up. So, um, but my whole thing is when we truly start to love ourselves and know our worth, have healthy boundaries, and know where we stand, there's nothing that can touch us. Like, I, I'm to the point that I believe in myself so much, and not in a cocky way, just in a very healthy way. I know what I'm working with, I know what I bring to the table. I believe that I'm a good person. I know I'm honest. The people who are closest to me trust me, and I trust myself more than anything. For the first time in my life, I truly love me. Like, I can look at myself in the mirror for the first time and be like, you are beautiful, you are awesome, and I love you. I'll never give up on you. You're gonna rock this. Hi, whoever is watching, thank you for joining. I'm just talking about twin flames and soulmates and how to work on ourselves in order to, you know, invite and attract the positive people into our lives that are meant to be there, and working on any patterns that we may need to cut out. I am also offering mini sessions, donation of your choice. If you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and talk about, my experiences and what I've noticed over the years with people and patterns, karmic cycles, and that kind of stuff that's really hard to break, and where it all starts. It starts within. So, with my habits, especially with human validation, I've always felt that I needed other people to validate me. And not anymore. It doesn't matter what other people think because I know my truth. I know where I'm heading. And, do I necessarily know what it looks like? No. And being a Taurus, it's really weird. You know, usually a very grounded person, and I still am. I like things to be structured, but I'm actually really enjoying going with the flow and not worrying about really what the next step is, but just moving my way through it and see what lands in my lap and making a choice on each basis. Whatever falls in my lap, if it feels good, I run with it. If it doesn't, then I move on. There is no attachment there because I don't really know what's best for me and where my life is heading, and I'm just trying to keep an open positive mind frame. Now, I do have a general sense of where I want to be. I know that I want to be in the mountains in 2020. I know that I want to make a career out of my spiritual healing business. I know that I want positive relationships and that kind of thing in my life. I want to be able to trust the people that are closest to me without any doubt. I want to have fun, travel, new opportunities. I want to live life. I want to be free. There's so many things that I want in life, and I won't stop until I get it. Plain and simple. But when it comes to how, that was my biggest thing. How do I get there? How do I meet my twin? Right now, in this point in my life, I'm not really worried about love. Um, you know, it's never really gone in my favor, but that's because I didn't know myself on a true level. I didn't realize my worth and where I want to be and how I want to feel in a relationship. I just knew that I wanted someone to love me. So with that being said, it was really hard to decipher the two. Now that I have a clear head and I've done so much growing in my spiritual business, it is. I'm okay with where I'm at, and I'm very thankful for the lessons and opportunities. I've actually, it was just recently that and I'm not a crier. Like, I don't deal with emotions very well. Um, I like to be very grounded and stable. It's not my forte to be very emotional and all over the place. But it was one of those moments that, I say my prayers every night and tell the spirit realm that I'm thankful for the lessons and opportunities, and it hit me. They're throwing so many lessons my way that how awesome is it that they trust me, and they trust me so much on my journey to be able to feel my way through it, to be able to trust the guidance that they're giving me, and to not have any attachments to what is going on. They trust me, and I literally felt relief. For the first time, an obstacle came my way, and something that probably normally would have been like, oh, here we go again. Um, you know, Feeling either let down or disregarded, and I don't. Um, it's not for me. I've tried really hard to come out of my low vibration because of other circumstances, and I refuse to let anyone distract me. I have a goal, I trust my fate, and I will move forward, whether love is in the picture or not. So now that I know myself well enough where I stand, I think it's important that we all get on that journey. I think, a lot of us, even moms. I met this lady the other day. I was in between errands, and I've been going down to this dock that has very pretty views of the intercoastal waterway. And I like to go sit down there and just breathe and look at the water. And it's where my home is. I've lived on the water most of my life, but there's a mom there, and she's got three boys, and of course I said the absolute wrong thing. I said, I'm sorry. I just know that boys are hard to raise. especially for a woman. We don't understand how their brain works, but I know I sure don't. So having three boys, it's really hard. And I know having three kids in general is a lot of work, but three boys, I applaud her for still looking as good as she did and having a straight head on her shoulders. Um, but she did. She came over and she talked to me, and she was so sweet. Um, but she took the time. She had a babysitter at home watching the boys, and she just needed a break and wanted to come down by the water too and take a breather for herself. How many moms do that? So many of us put so much time and effort into other people, whether it be our kids, our spouses, our friends, our family, that we wear ourselves so thin we can't even take a single breath without feeling guilty for it. If we could put that kind of energy, obviously in a very balanced way, but if we could just put more energy into ourselves, imagine the kind of people we will attract. You wonder why you attract crazy. I've been told that my whole life is you attract the broken, you attract the needy, you attract um, a lot of people with baggage and severe issues because I am a healer and I am. I'm a fixer and I'm not ashamed of that in any means, but I have very strong boundaries and, I'm not against helping people, but if you're going to take me for granted and you're going to, um, you know, push, 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 and I don't, it's got to be an equal energy exchange. You are not going to drain me. And I think a lot of people need to realize that as well. But when it comes to love, I truly feel, we find love on an everyday basis, whether it's like in love or love. How many people have you met that you're just like, I click with you and I really like you? Your friends can be your soulmates. I'm almost positive me and Christian have done this more than once before, and she's pretty much, well, and Bonnie. Bonnie's one of my people too, and Jen. Yeah, I have like three really, really close friends that I know I can count on whenever I need them. Um, but two of them I have never even had a disagreement with, never even been pissed off at, and that's saying something. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, there are people who come into our lives for absolute reason, and even passing by on the street, helping someone in need, you made someone's day. That comes from the heart space. That is called love. So I think it's important that we remember love is everywhere around us on an everyday basis. We just have to choose to see it. So, with that being said, I wonder if this is going to be one of those things where I just talk the whole damn time because no one wants to come in. But, um, yeah, so I don't know. When I think about what it would be like if I met my twin flame, or when I meet my twin flame, you know, I'm very realistic about things now. I'm not totally shutting myself off, but I also want to know that even if I click with you, I'm not going to get tired of you in a week. Okay? Um, I want to enjoy people's company. I want to get to know people on a different level than what is superficial. Anyone can look good and have a shitty mind frame or a bad attitude and not know how to love or be loved. I need someone who has dealt with their baggage and continues to deal with their baggage. You know, I don't think it's ever uh, a process that stops, but it is a very important one, okay? And I just feel that if we all took that time to really focus on ourselves and, you know, removing the obstacles from our lives and trusting where our spirit guides are taking us, to know that we can love and be loved and it's okay, and just go with the ride of the universe and let things happen for what they are, not be attached to an outcome and, you know, get all upset when things don't happen the way we thought they would. But I just, there's so many things that go into the spiritual healing business that you would not possibly think of. And when you realize how much love is already in the universe, you don't necessarily have to have it. It's not something you need, but it's something you want. And you know it's only going to benefit your life when you have that person there. It is someone that no matter how much they drive you up the wall with their little ticks, that if something were to happen to them tomorrow, you'd never forgive yourself. Um, that's your person. You know, someone who's always going to have your back no matter what. It's not always going to be candles and roses or unicorns and glitter. Real life does not look like that. But when it comes down to it, you know, whether it's dancing in the kitchen, catching them looking at you, and you know that there is no one. You know what? I was actually thinking about it the other day, okay? I want a relationship that is a lot like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. I want a love like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Like, I mean, I want a love that there's no denying their that connection, that strong bond, the proud moment that no matter what life throws at you, you will get through it together, and you won't ever have to think about giving up because you always find your way back to each other. There is no such thing as giving up. That that is what love is. That those are the things we should inspire to be, is good-hearted, loving people who truly make a commitment, not just say, "Oh, I commit myself and I'm trying," but not putting in any effort. Words and actions are two totally different things. You need someone who's going to back up what they say they're going to do. And if you voice your concerns, even if you are feeling insecure, if you need to voice yourself, that person's going to listen. That person's going to make it better. Um, and they will work with you to make sure that y'all have that confirmation within the relationship. So it all depends on what you're looking for. But I think I want to have fun. I want to experience. I want um, someone I can be myself around, someone that I don't have to worry. And, you know, I mean, the most I've ever trusted someone was 98%, and they still broke my heart. And the reason why I say 98% is because I don't put 100% in nobody. I don't even put 100% myself because I piss myself off all the time. But, you know, we all make mistakes. We're human living a 3D existence, and there's a lot of ego involved. So when it comes down to it, what says that that person's never going to hurt your feelings, that they're never going to let you down or do things You know, that's just what it is. It doesn't mean that you don't believe in that person or you don't trust that person, but especially when there's a ton of heartbreak involved, you know, trust is earned. And, you know, and again, why I don't put 100% in anybody, because it blew up in my face again. So, um, and that is why I am a stickler for boundaries and speaking my truth. I don't care if you don't like it. Uh, I will always come about it in a very loving way, because as a healer, I don't like spreading negative energy, but I will let you know exactly where I stand. And, you know, I don't have time for that. I'm on a mission. I have my destiny to chase. But I really wish someone would get on and talk to me. Where's all my people at? Alright, so let's see. I'm going to pull a card from the Whispers of Love deck. I just got it and I love it. It's so pretty. Dear Spirit, do you have guidance? What guidance do you have for all of my friends watching this video that you would like them to see? Please act as if your partner is here. Exactly. So I think, who was it? Virgo just got this on their relationship spread as well. And it says, whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are there with you, so you will always consider them. And this is one of those things, you know, to dance the dance together, to, even if you aren't physically near each other, to always be taking your partner into consideration, and whatever actions or thoughts you may have, you know, would it affect them in a way that, you know, you got to think, is, if they did this to me, would it upset them, type of thing, is kind of what I'm picking up on. And, you know, again, there's a lot of synchronicities in here. So if you truly love someone, but they're driving you up the wall and you're just kind of going through your rough patch, think, what would it be like if this person was not here on a normal basis? If you feel okay, truly okay, like, oh my God, I'd love the peace and quiet, you need to consider where your priorities are, and if this person is meant to be in your life. You know, and even sometimes we have to let go of things, even if it hurts. I know, you know, not having this person in my life is not easy whatsoever, but if it comes down to my relationship with him or my well-being, I will always choose my well-being first, because I refuse to lose myself over and over again trying to fix something that can't be fixed. Okay? And, you know, you have to take into consideration what it is that you truly want, who you want to grow with, who you want to transform with, who can balance each other, the light and the dark, the happiness and the sad, and truly move through the energy and always have a beautiful dance together. Okay? Dear Spirit, do you have any more messages for my friends that will be watching this video? Any love advice for all my friends? Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. And this is, again, I was talking about this earlier too. You know, being able to communicate about how you're really feeling, and not being afraid to speak your truth. There's a lot of water in this card. Um, and water is a very healing energy. It might be when you communicate about what you are feeling to your significant other, it's almost like healing within itself, because whether the conversation goes as planned or not, you're able to speak your truth, and that is healing energy in itself. Because the more we hold on to it, the more it starts to eat away at our soul, and that's not good. I do see someone watching, so hello, say hi. I'm doing relationship mini readings, donation of your choice, even $1. Hi, Jess, nice to meet you. Um, I'm doing a Valentine's Day special. If you would like anything, there's a donation link down below. You can donate whatever you feel is acceptable and ask any question you would like. You can do either I can pull you a little mini spread, or I can channel a message for you, whatever you would like. All you have to do is share this video and donate down below. I'm trying to keep this channel going. But otherwise, I'm just kind of talking about love and, patterns that we need to work on, how to call in our soulmates and twin flames, and what's the difference between the two. So if you have any questions, just let me know. But there is a big difference between soulmates and twin flames. Twin flames are the divine feminine, the divine masculine meeting up again. So with the soulmates, it is someone that you get on a soul level that you truly connect with. You probably feel a lot of energy, but those people align more with us when we are usually in low vibrations or not at a high vibration enough to call in our twin flames. Actually, this is a donation of your choice, mini readings, Rachel. So you can donate whatever you feel is appropriate. Even $1 is accepted. I can pull a mini spread for you. Just ask your question after you hit the donation link down below. Yes. So, it's not all the time that a soulmate is usually at a low vibration. Soulmates come in at different, we can have multiple soulmates. Okay, thank you, Rachel. Have a wonderful day and happy Valentine's Day. But yeah, soulmates come in at different times in our life. Soulmates are, can be family, friends, whatever the case may be. It can be relationships, but usually they're there to teach us a lesson or to mirror what is going on in our lives. The twin flame is actually the divine feminine and the divine masculine of a soul that meet. Yes, usually it depends on how so do they both learn something when a soulmate meets each other? Usually it is a mirror, and that's why a lot of insecurities come out. For the most part, both parties should learn something from it. Does everyone always get the lesson? No, but there's always a lesson. You met your soulmate last week for sure. Yes. I actually had that happen to me too. I'm not sure where this guy even came from, but it was, so, okay, Rachel, the difference between, yes, Yes, I completely get that. So, Rachel, the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate is someone who you connect with on a soul level. It's usually, uh, pretty instant. You just know that this is someone you could probably get along with, and it's someone who will spark something within you. But it's usually someone who mirrors the same things that are really deep down with inside, and that's why, like Jess said, is it ends pretty quickly. It doesn't last very long. They're usually there to teach us a lesson about ourselves that we need to work on. Usually, it's a lesson to help us reach our enlightenment and to be able to look at ourselves on a soul level, um, so we can move on from our bad patterns. Now, a twin flame is where a soul is split into two, divine masculine and divine feminine, and they will go throughout each life till they meet again. When they pass, they're split up again, they meet again. Um, no, not at all. I was just saying earlier, too, that um, I'm pretty sure two of my best friends have are soulmates, and I have done this with them many, many times before, but those are the only people that I truly like. I mean, they're the only two that I have never gotten in an argument with, and I know that I've done this in a past life with them before. There's definitely past something with these two girls. But when it comes to relationships, it's usually people mirroring your insecurities and things within yourself. So, like, if you meet someone who just gets you and everything you have is in common, and then once you start to see the red flags that, like, okay, I'm trying to get away from this and I'm trying to get away from that, and all of a sudden you're having fun, and then drama just explodes out of nowhere, that's usually the insecurities and the fears that are hiding down deep inside of you. So, um, yes, it will put you through what you don't want. Absolutely. What does that mean? Well, it might be showing you just that, it might be showing you that you need to have. Okay. I am so sorry. My phone is crazy. I hope that all of y'all join back on. I only have a few more minutes, but I just want to apologize about that. My phone just completely shut off. So, what we were talking about before was um, Jess was asking about being overly anxious and overly confident when it comes to mirroring. So, to me, what that is saying is if you are overly anxious and you meet someone who thinks is your soulmate and they are overly confident, it means that you should have a little more confidence within yourself. Um, it is one of those things where we have to believe, when we're living in anxiousness and in fear, we are living in the ego. The ego makes us scared of taking the next step in order to move forward. It will keep you locked in these patterns. When it comes to being overly confident, there's nothing wrong with confidence. Being cocky, that is a difference. if you think your shit don't stink and you're the best thing that's ever walked this planet, that is severe ego as well. And there's got to be a difference, knowing your worth, knowing where you stand, knowing your boundaries and who you are and what your goals are. There is nothing wrong with confidence. But, you know, I don't think that I'm too good for anyone. I'm just picky about who I choose to be and who I choose to allow into my life. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But if you meet someone who you think is a soulmate and they make you feel anxious and you're seeing them being really confident, then it's probably telling you to have more confidence in yourself and believe that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of equal energy, and you should start looking at yourself in the mirror with confidence and stepping forward into the light and leave the anxiety and fear behind. That is what it is telling you. So, Jess, if you rewatch this, I hope you see this message so you can get that, so you understand where that is coming from. But yeah, it's insane what all goes to it. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you caught that. But yeah, it is. It's a lot. And honestly, when it comes to meeting the twin or the soulmates and learning the lessons and everything, it can be simple as that. Just meeting someone and knowing that you need to have a little more confidence in your journey and having a little more faith in your destiny and your journey in general. And when you start exuding that confidence and truly figuring out what you want to feel, what you want to do, and who you want to benefit your life, that's really what it's about. Who is going to make my life most worthwhile? And to be able to truly be present and enjoy that journey as well. It takes a lot of work to get there, but it's totally worth it. And, it excludes a lot of bullshit. But being open to new opportunities and allowing those opportunities into your life, whether, like, my whole theme right now is, it's either going to be a lesson or opportunity, and I'll find out which one. And like you said, it was a lesson. It's not necessarily that I think this guy was bad in any way. He just has a lot of baggage that he needs to deal with. Did I enjoy his company? Absolutely. I think he would be a great friend, but I think he's looking for a lot more than I'm willing to offer, and I'm not gonna be flexible on that. So I know where I stand and what I want in my life. I want to experience. I want to have fun. I want to truly live life and see where the hell this ride is taking me, and I want to enjoy it. I don't need anyone that is gonna be like, I need all of your energy and all of your time. I don't have time for that because I'm giving it to myself for the first time in my life, and I'm working on my businesses and trying to create a better life for myself without any crutches or excuses. So if you don't like that, you can move fuck on. I don't really care. Sorry about my mouth. I should watch that, but I don't really care about that either. So it is. It's being confident and knowing who you are, what you want out of life, and not stopping until you get it. At some point, you do have to be content with what you have. If you have a good, loving person at home and, are always there for you, and you still aren't happy or satisfied, you have to ask yourself, where is that? Yes, absolutely. We can all, again, Jess, I was talking about this earlier. Before I get off, I will revisit this conversation. If Think about how much energy that you put into other people and making sure they're satisfied and taken care of, right? So whether it be family, friends, relationships, even strangers that we're helping. You know, as a healer, I help people all the time. But if we were to put that same energy into ourselves, we would be a lot further along on our journey than we are right now, because oneness starts within. Happiness starts within. If we are constantly searching for other people to validate us and give us what we need, which is really self love starts here, then we're able to attract people who are vibrating at the same frequency, people who respect themselves and love themselves and have healthy boundaries. So you're going to attract that same energy into your life once you're able to do that. But if you are still feeling very anxious and insecure about where you stand in life and what you want in your life, you're still going to attract, even if they are overly confident, they're going to either be on the same wavelength as you, or they are going to make you feel that way. Like they're going to bring up things that, oh, I didn't really feel like this for a while. I thought I was over that, and I guess I'm not. That's what soulmates are for. That's what my last one did to me. I thought I was completely over my past, and of course it got thrown in my face, which, because I see the same damn red flags, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, that's not the same circumstance. It's not the same circumstance, but it's the same damn red flags. I'm not going to ignore that. So it is, but it did. It made me feel very insecure. It made me feel very unwanted because I was still searching for validation from other people. The moment that I started validating myself and my worth was the moment that everything switched for me. I have been like hightailing it into the next journey of my life. Signs and synchronicities everywhere, doors opening up, and allowing myself to move through everything. Like, even, this person that I just met, and obviously I said lesson or opportunity. We'll find out which one, and it was a lesson. But he, even though he was very chilled to hang out with and was a lot of fun, even if it was for a couple of days. I mean, I just met the guy, but he was moving like way too fast, but didn't want anything serious. And I don't like, like, not even on my radar. But he started talking about all of his baggage and things that, you know, his ex had done to him, and going over and over it. And then he gets a little tipsy and had like a full blown meltdown. And it's like, look, even with me, it got me talking about my baggage. I don't want, like, it's one thing if I'm having that conversation with someone who's close to me, but I don't necessarily need everyone. I don't want anyone to know my business, because it's not their business. So it doesn't matter what the details are. Just know that I'm moving on from it, and I don't plan on looking back. I don't need anyone in my life that's going to keep bringing up those scars and opening them up just to relive them again. It's not worth it. So, with that being said, if we were to put that energy into ourselves and truly love us for the beautiful mess that we are, and just try to be a better person than we were yesterday and learn those lessons as they come, keep focusing on ourselves and loving us first and foremost, that is when we start calling in our twin flame. That's when we start calling in the other half of our soul that we've been searching for. And that moment, you will know why nothing else worked out with other people. But you have to find you first. There's been a lot of times where people have, oh, why couldn't I met you before the heartache? Or, whatever the case may be. We've all been hurt. We've all been let down. If we all keep letting the baggage of our past affect our present and our future, we will never be able to move forward. So it's very important we take care of ourselves so we can learn to truly love on a whole level, not just a portion or even a sliver, but a whole level. When we love here, we can radiate that out. We call in people who are meant to be in our lives, and it's a lot easier to let the people who do not serve or benefit our lives to go. The unhealthy attachments we have are basic, pure human instincts. It's not a spiritual level. It is okay to wish the best for other people, and even if you hurt me, like, I pray for those people all the freaking time. I really want them to get their life together. I want them to be happy. I want to be happy. So I'm not going to waste any more of my energy trying to fix something that can't be fixed, but it doesn't mean that I can't still care and wish them the best from afar, okay? So always come from a loving place, and, try not to judge. Everyone's got their crap, but it is one of those things that not everyone is meant to stay in our lives, and if they are not healthy for us, they should not be taking residence in our heart. So I really hope that helps y'all. But I really gotta go. I gotta go get ready for my other job. So I wish you the best of luck and happy Valentine's Day. Y'all, please stay in touch and remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you soon. Thanks, Jess. I'll talk to you later. See ya.